Did you know that in the crypto world there are different types of wallets? Cold wallets, hot wallets, browser wallets. In this video, we're going to be talking about the different types of wallets that exist in the crypto world and the pros and cons for each type of wallet. So if you're not familiar with crypto wallets or you're not sure what wallet to get, just watch this video and you'll find out. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel. Here at Bacon Bits, I like to educate the public on crypto. It is something that I love to talk about. And I like to do it at a very beginner level because many people don't understand what crypto is. And so I'm kind of trying to change that and get people more familiar with it. Back to the video where we talk about different types of wallets. There are two basic categories for wallets, and that would be the hot wallet and the cold wallet options. Both have their advantages and disadvantages, and I'll go more into detail on what those are. So we'll start off by talking about the cold wallets. We will have two types of cold wallets, and the first one here would be the paper wallet, hardware wallet. And so the paper wallet, it is just a piece of paper. It is exactly that. It's a piece of paper. It looks like a receipt where it has your private and your public key. Your hardware wallet is the same method, but it's not a piece of paper. Instead, it's a device like a USB or a thumb drive. It stores your private key. Now, some of the advantages for cold storage wallets is that they are definitely more secure because they are not on the internet. There's no way of a hacker trying to be able to steal your keys or anything like that because there's no ties to the network, to the internet. And so the pros and the cons for cold wallets would be that, number one, cold storage wallets have very good security. One of the cons for these types of wallets is that they're very difficult to access. So they're not convenient, they're not flexible. So oftentimes when you want to access your funds on a cold storage wallet, you need to have your cold wallet with you. Otherwise, you cannot perform the transaction. And so say if I'm on a vacation and I don't have my cold storage wallet with me, then I can't perform the transaction. I have to have my cold wallet with me to perform it. So cold storage wallets are never on the internet, so that's why they're more secure. They only go on the internet when you need to initiate a transaction. I actually have a paper wallet. I went to a Bitcoin ATM once at the mall, and I was curious to see how it worked. And so I have this paper wallet from a long time ago. I've never really used it, but I'd like to show it to you just so you can get an example of how it looks like. But you see how there is a public key on here and the private key is stored here. You can see that it says private key there and public key. These are the QR codes. I don't have use for this wallet, so I don't really care if you look at the keys. But as you can tell that the paper is starting to wear off, it's not really reliable. I mean, this thing can burn down, right? And then you won't, it's very fragile, right? So I don't really like paper wallets too much, but some people do. And I mean, that's good for them, but I'd rather not use this. And so I kind of stay away from it. And then we also have the hardware wallets, and I actually have one. And so this one is called a Ledger. It's the Ledger Nano X, and it's like a USB stick. So you can see it has a button there. You can actually turn it on, and you can perform all your transactions on this device. Whenever I do initiate a transaction, I go ahead and go on the computer and then plug it in with this cable here. And so it's a USB-C to USB, and then you just go ahead and plug it in, and then you plug this into the computer. I like it because it's very secure. I know that my crypto is not in someone else's hands. My private key is stored on this actual device in the actual hardware. It does have a battery, and it typically does last a good time. But I always have it plugged into the computer when I'm using it, so it doesn't really matter. I guess the Bluetooth function works for people who like to use the device wirelessly. This does have a wireless function, but I usually disable it because I don't really trust it. And so I tend to just have the hardware plugged into a wire instead of wireless. This one cost about $150, something like that. It can store so many crypto coins in here, so that's one thing I really love about this one. As opposed to this guy, I mean, this is only Bitcoin, and I don't have any on this. So typically these are meant more for Bitcoin than any other cryptocurrency. But if you want something like Ethereum, Dogecoin, whatever, this would be your guy because it stores multiple types of cryptos. And I also make it work with MetaMask. You can actually have the option to log into your MetaMask, create a hardware wallet that works with this. So MetaMask being the user interface, and this actually storing your keys instead of MetaMask storing the keys online. So that's a really handy thing to do. Moving on to the hot wallet. So a hot wallet is meant to be used daily. However, it's very vulnerable to hacker attacks since the private keys are stored online.
I think we got a hacker.
There are two types of hot wallets. The first one is a browser wallet, and this could be something like MetaMask or the Brave browser, and they're meant to be used with the actual internet browser itself. You can also download the mobile app for MetaMask, and that'll allow you to access your crypto that way. And then there's the exchange wallets. A good example is Crypto.com. They named Stable Center as Crypto.com, and Crypto.com is an app where you're able to buy, trade, and sell crypto. You have money and you want to buy crypto, so you have to go through a thing called an exchange. And so from the exchange, you can buy from your own money, you can buy crypto. And then this crypto, you can then either keep it in your exchange wallet, and then you could keep it selling and trading back and forth from here to here. Or you can actually withdraw your crypto and take it out to like other wallets, say MetaMask. And then right here, you'll have your public key with you. In the exchange, you actually don't have your private key and your public key. The exchange has it for you. When you log into your exchange wallet, you won't be entering any 12-word private key phrase. You log in with your username and password, and the exchange keeps the private and public keys for you. So it's more like a bank where you have to go in, they keep your money in the bank, and then whenever you need to withdraw it, use it, or do any other transactions with it, then that's when you actually take it out. But other than that, your money or your keys stay with the exchange wallet. And it's important to note here that if you want to buy crypto, large quantities of it, you're typically going to have to go through an exchange to buy that amount of money. With MetaMask, you could only purchase up to $400, typically around $400 worth of crypto. Exchanges, you can purchase a lot. When you get exchanges, you have to register your name, your ID, your social security number. You have to input all this personal information. And so this exchange wallet is personally tied to you. Exchanges are typically centralized, and this is tied to you for tax purposes. So at the end of the year, these exchanges will spit you a tax form. That's how they determine how much crypto you've purchased or bought. If I mine any type of crypto, I typically send it to an exchange. Then I go ahead and convert that to money, right? Actual money that we can use, dollars. Exchanges are used to get that crypto into real money that you can use. MetaMask and other types of wallets, those are just crypto wallets where you can sell and send crypto to other wallets. But when you want to turn that money into actual cash, it's going to have to go to an exchange wallet. So although I do have this handy hardware wallet, if I want to ever sell or turn it into actual cash, I need to go through this. And a couple of them to name off of is some like crypto.com, like I mentioned. Binance is a really famous one. There's Coinbase, and there's also KuCoin. There's a lot more that I might not be familiar with, but those are the primary ones that I stick to. I'm just going to go over to Coinbase so I can show you an exchange app. And so you can see there's all kinds of different types of coins that they sell. Each one of these you can buy with your bank account. You just tie your credit card or debit card into the account, and then you can go ahead and go crazy. So if you click on this guy here, that'll show you your wallet. And if you want other people to send you money from their MetaMask or other people that you know or other wallets that you have, you want to send it to this address. And once it gets here, then that's when you have the option to trade it for cash, and then that cash goes to your debit card. And that's the way the transfer process works for exchanging crypto to money. Each one of these crypto coins here is your wallet for that type of crypto. So if I want to go for Dogecoin, let's say go to Dogecoin here, I have my Dogecoin wallet here. If I want to go to, let's say I have Shiba Inu, I have some Shiba. So I go to the Shiba coin, and then my wallet for Shiba only is here. And if I want to receive Shiba, I go to this section and I give my address to anybody that wants to send me any Shiba. You don't go to Shiba, click on the address, and tell somebody this address to send you Ethereum to this address. No, this address is only for Shiba. So you got to kind of watch out for that, because if you do send Ethereum to a Shiba address, you're going to lose that crypto. So you really have to pay attention to what you're doing here, because it can be very dangerous. You could lose a lot of money here. And then lastly, I wanted to go over the desktop wallet. Now, I do have a desktop wallet, but it's for Dogecoin, and that's because I used to mine Dogecoin with my computer. I'll talk about mining in a separate video. It's a whole nother monster. Monster! Who's the monster here? But I do have a desktop wallet for Dogecoin, and it's called Dogecoin Core. And so I'm going to go here and double click on Dogecoin Core, and it's going to open up the wallet. And the key thing to remind yourself about desktop wallets, they are very slow. They take a while to do anything. And then oftentimes you have to carry your laptop with you. They're not really portable. They stay and live on your computer. However, you do get to keep your public and private keys with you, and they're stored on your actual hard drive of your computer. And so this is how it looks. If you look on the red arrow, it's pointing to the number of blocks that are needed so that this wallet is in sync with the Dogecoin blockchain. It reads unknown because it just opened the program and it's trying to determine how many blocks have been performed since I last opened the wallet. The second line gives me the date of when I last opened the wallet. You might be wondering what blocks are, and well, to be simple, well, blocks are just the transactions that are being performed on the Dogecoin blockchain. When a new blockchain is created, there is a new transaction created, and so all the desktop wallets similar to mine need to record this information so that the wallet keeps track of this. As you can see, this is what makes these types of wallets very slow. However, the upside to this type of wallet is that you can actually store your private key on a external hard drive and keep it on the external hard drive offline. If you look here, it says recent transactions may not yet be visible, and therefore your wallet's balance might be incorrect. This information will be correct once your wallet has finished synchronizing with the Dogecoin network, as detailed below. Attempting to spend Dogecoins that are affected by not yet displayed transactions will be not accepted. And this is a good example of a downside to this is you can't do any transactions or use your wallet until this blockchain is fully synced. So as you can see here, I have a balance of 1 Dogecoin because I withdrew it all. You can click on send your Doge, or you can receive it. And then these are lists of transactions. So there's a lot that you can do. It's a very great application. I love using it. I just don't like sticking to a computer. I'm more of a mobile person. And so I don't usually keep my crypto in desktop applications. If you don't trade your crypto very often and you don't need to get access to it very often, then the desktop version is perfect for you. And so for some of the recommendations I would make, and this is not financial advice, please do your own research. So for hot wallets, if you have a small amount of money and you like trading during the days, I would recommend a hot wallet. But if you have a lot of money, and I'm talking about thousands and thousands of dollars in a wallet, I would highly recommend a cold storage wallet. Just because hot wallets are more riskier, you definitely want to make sure that your money is more secure in a cold storage wallet. But if you do trade very often and don't have that much money, then I recommend a hot wallet. So that's it for this video. I do have another video on how to set up your very first MetaMask wallet. I'll leave the link on the description. I hope you liked this video, and I hope it helped you further understand how crypto works and answered some of those questions that you've had for a while. This is CryptoBits, and I'll see you on the next one.